Welcome back to the Hoedown Showdown. I'm your host, Tom Quiet, and that was Too Soon to Tell by our next featured guest, Blair Elbert. How's it going today, Blair?
It is good. Been a busy day, been a busy week, honestly, with this song release. So
Yeah.
I'm just having a good time with everything and keeping it rolling.
Hey, that's the best way to be with it. And it's because I was in a similar predicament where it was like it was going to be a busy week, and I was like, okay, well, I'm going to just take a bunch of time off. And then I decided not to take today and tomorrow off. And I was like, I should have just had like a super extended vacation and it would have been nice, but it got to get back to work. So
I know.
really excited to have you on. I feel like we've been talking on Instagram forever,
We
and
have. We finally made it happen.
it was just kind of trying to find that right time to make it work, and I think we're right there. So excited to sit down and chat with you. So you're originally from West Texas, but now you're based out of Nashville. What was it like growing up in West Texas?
Oh gosh. I definitely, so I grew up in Lubbock, Texas, and of course it's a college town. I grew up a very big Texas Tech fan. My entire family was. A bunch of my family went to Texas Tech, so we always went to games. That was a big event in Lubbock, so that was always fun. And then I actually started singing back there when I was 5 years old. I started taking voice lessons, and there's a theater back there called the Cactus Theater. So I grew up performing there all the time and was actually in a singing group called the Cactus Cuties. We were known for our rendition of the national anthem. So we traveled a lot there for a few years, got to do what we love. And then ultimately, I moved to Nashville to pursue my solo career.
Nice. And how long have you been in Nashville?
I've been here for 8 years now. I moved here for college originally and went to Belmont University and then decided I'm going to keep pursuing music. I kind of knew it was going to be what I wanted to do the rest of my life. So here we are.
Nice. That's awesome. You were in West Texas before being in Texas was kind of like the cool thing to do.
I was born and raised.
Yeah. Because, it's like now it seems like everybody's moving to like Austin specifically, but
I
like just in
know.
the surrounding areas, it's like everybody's moving to Texas. And it's like, it's cool. Like, I love seeing the growth and all, because I drive through. I guess I can't say I drive through Lubbock all the time. I drive
Mhm.
past Lubbock all the time. Um, and just kind of going through West Texas and just to kind of see how it's growing now is really interesting. And
It's
just,
crazy. Every time I go back, there's something new.
mhm,
So it's
yeah,
even exciting for me to go back and visit my family and see everyone.
yeah, 100%, 100%. So, let's talk about your journey into music a little bit, all that fun stuff. So, growing up West Texas, big Texas Tech football fan. Where does music kind of play its role? Like, who introduced you to the idea of playing music?
So I actually, one of my good friends from when I was younger, she was taking voice lessons at kind of like a local children's vocal program
Yeah.
there in Lubbock. And I think her mom was talking to my mom and told her, "Hey, you should maybe see if Blair would be interested in starting voice lessons." And my mom was like, "Oh, I don't really know. Like she sings around the house. Maybe we'll do that." So I ended up going in, met my voice teacher Cami, who is still also one of the biggest supporters in my career now. Um, and ever since then, I was taking voice lessons. They also owned a theater, like I said, called the Cactus Theater there. So I would pretty much be performing every weekend. I know a lot of people, like growing up, it was different because, I still played sports and did all those things, but music was really my main focus and kind of took majority of my time, which I loved.
Mm-hmm.
So that's kind of how I originally got started. I always knew that music was going to be a big part of my life and never really pictured myself doing anything different.
For sure, for sure. Um, and so you knew music was going to be a big part of your life. Was that just kind of knowing? Was that still not knowing that you were going to play music, like start writing your own originals, or was it? Where was kind of your mind frame there when you kind of had that realization that music was going to be a big part of your life?
So after doing it, I mean, I started when I was 5, so it's pretty much been what I've
Yeah.
known my entire life.
Yeah.
Um, I was put in a, I guess maybe around 6 or 7 or so.
Mhm.
I was put into a little younger kids group called the Cactus Cuties.
Mhm.
We were kind of formed to go around town and perform shows to get people to come to the theater. And it ended up coming down to me and 3 other girls. And we had our rendition of the national anthem go
Mhm.
viral on YouTube because that was the thing at the
Yeah.
time. And we didn't even know what YouTube was. Like,
Yeah.
it wasn't that big of a thing like it is now.
Mhm.
And so we got calls from, I think the first place we got a call from was the San Antonio Spurs to come sing
Nice.
in a game.
Mhm.
And so I guess just starting from there, we were traveling and getting to perform. And that's kind of when I fell in love with it. I was like,
Mhm.
okay, this is my passion and what I was put here for. So
Gotcha.
that's kind of what really kickstarted me going full time into music now. I moved to Nashville to pursue a music business degree at Belmont. And then, yeah, started songwriting and now releasing my own music. I put a lot of work into it. I really wanted to put stuff out that meant something to me.
Mhm.
So now I'm excited to start getting some songs out for you guys.
Nice, awesome. Was it Nashville that kind of helped have that realization that you should start doing your own original music? Because obviously, with like Cactus Cuties and stuff, it seems like you were doing a lot of like covers, and
Yeah.
if it was original music, it probably wasn't your original music. But was Nashville kind of that place that was like, hey, I need to start working on my own stuff?
Yeah, so towards the end of my time with the Cuties, we did get into songwriting. We went to LA for a little bit to do some stuff, work with some producers there. So that was kind of my first taste of getting into original music. And then once I moved to Nashville, that's when I really started going hard on it
Mm-hmm.
and writing my own original music, meeting people, connecting. I mean, there's songwriters everywhere
Yeah,
here.
yeah.
So yeah, I guess I could say Nashville was really my big jump into getting into doing my solo career.
Nice. That's really cool. It's Nashville is a really cool place. I mean, I'm not telling you anything you don't already know, but just for the people at home, it's like you could go to McDonald's and there's probably like 10 musicians
Oh
sitting in
yeah,
there. Yeah.
everywhere.
And it's one of those things where it's like looking back at it now, it's like Nashville is the place where a lot of musicians are and should want to be, but it's also kind of interesting that you left Texas and now Austin is kind of, I guess it's
I
always been
know.
the live music capital of the world, but it seems like over the last 3 to 4 years, like from the pandemic on, it's just kind of making this renaissance of, hey, we want to be the music capital of the world right now.
Oh yeah, Texas country is killing it right now. I
Yeah.
love it.
So let's jump into your new song, Sober Up. We're gonna play it here in a second. This is your second release,
Yes.
correct? Uh,
Second second release.
what's the story behind this song?
So I wrote Sober Up with 2 of my good friends, Claire Carruthers and Autumn Bicey,
Hmm.
and we got together. We were just hanging out. I've actually went to college with them, so we'd known each other for a while. And we were just talking about what it's like to date in Nashville and what it's like to date at our age. And we had all found that we had similar stories of how there were some, I guess you could say, like nightmare dates that you had been on
Yeah,
where the only way to get through it was to drink.
yeah,
And then like, okay, it's not that bad. And then kind of just realizing the next day you're like, okay, I didn't really like that person. So we just kind of found that we had that in common, and that's really where the song came. Um, I knew Sober Up. We wanted Sober Up to be fun and something that people could relate to lyrically. So we had a good time with it. I know
nice,
we probably had a little wine while we were drinking it.
nice.
Um,
That's funny. And is that how you approach a lot of your songwriting? Do you like writing with other people, or do you kind of find yourself more? This was like more of a one-off scenario.
Yeah, I prefer co-writing with people.
Mm.
I think it just people can bring in different ideas and aspects and really can help just form the song.
Mhm.
Most of the time I write with friends, people I know, and I also enjoy getting to write with new people that I meet. It keeps things fun.
Yeah, for sure, for sure. So with this being your second song out, what's kind of running through your mind right now? You're as we're recording this, 48 roughly 48 hours after the release. What's running through your mind right now?
Well, I've had this song for a few months before this, so I had the realization when it was finally out on Spotify and all streaming. I was like, wow, I can't believe it's
Yeah.
still crazy to me that everyone can be hearing my song that I've had done for a while.
Mhm.
Um, so it's been exciting. I'm just excited to have another song out. Too Soon to Tell was my a great song. It really meant something to me for my debut single.
Mhm.
And then I knew I wanted something fun and upbeat. It leans a little bit more country this time. So I felt like Sober Up was the perfect follow-up song after Too Soon to Tell. So kind of just wanting to get more music out to people right now.
Yeah. And I was looking at the what analytics are available on Spotify. Like Too Soon to Tell did really well for a first single to be out. And it's like, that's amazing. And I can't wait to see how Sober Up, obviously, 48 hours in, you can't breathe too much into the analytics at this
No.
point. But I'm really excited and I'm glad that you're releasing your original music. And I hope this is all leading to a bigger project. Is it leading to an album EP, or are you kind of seeing yourself doing singles?
We're seeing about EP. We just released Sober Up, but I have
Mhm.
been in the studio again with another song that I'm looking to get out probably in November.
Nice.
And I'm really excited about that one too.
That's cool. It's, and I guess that's kind of the odd part of this game where it's like your song isn't even 48 hours out yet, but you've already got to be thinking about the next thing, or
I
you
try and
know
stay on top of it.
yeah. Oh, so with Sober Up out now, Spotify, iTunes, all that stuff. um what's your show schedule looking like right now? Are you playing shows actively, or are you more worried about recording and stuff right now?
So I'm kind of doing all of the above.
Hmm.
I've been focusing a lot on songwriting and then being in the studio with this next song, getting that one done so that I can release it before the end of the year. But then also, I do have a band, an amazing band down here in Nashville. I met all those guys down here. They're great. I have a good time. So we play downtown on Lower Broadway a few times a week, typically, keeps us busy. We're
Nice.
usually there Friday, Saturday on the weekends, rocking out with everyone that's in town.
Nice.
And then on top of that, I also do writers' rounds where I get to play a lot of my original music. Those kind of pop up here and there
Yeah.
whenever they come, which is always fun. Done some original live band showcases, and I'm getting ready to travel. We'll see
Nice.
wherever I can go, I'll make it happen.
Nice. If you end up in Waco, let me know. Or I
Okay,
guess
I'll let you know.
I'll keep a lookout for that, because it's one of those things where it's like Waco's got an interesting situation going on because it's like right in the middle of a triangle between Houston, Austin, and Dallas, and it's like it should be more than it is, but it's got that negative connotation from Branch Davidians, and then it's got the Chip and Joanne thing going on, and so it's just kind of like, I don't know if we're gonna break this cycle, but we're trying over here.
It's
So
been a minute since I've been to Waco, so I'll have to come back and make it happen. I do have it on my list that I want to try and do a little Texas mini tour.
yeah,
Go back to my hometown, play some shows there. So maybe I'll throw Waco on the list for you.
awesome, awesome. How often do you get back out to Lubbock?
It kind of depends. Usually I'll go back for Christmas,
Hmm.
mainly for holidays. Over the past few years, there's been some exciting stuff going on. Like my sister graduated
Hmm.
college, went back for that. My mom's getting married in November, so I'll be back in
Yeah.
Texas for that. But then my family also comes up here at least once a year. They enjoy coming to Nashville, so I don't get to go back as much as I wish. But
Mhm.
when I do, it's always special, and I enjoy my time there.
Nice. That's awesome. That's really cool. And then as we wrap this thing up, one thing that I like to do is pass on knowledge to the young musicians. So, what's something you've learned over the course of the releasing your first two songs that you would like to pass on to the young musicians out there that are maybe taking that first step?
Ooh, oh man. Well, I even still feel like, even though I've been doing music my entire life, I still feel like I'm just getting started with my own career.
Mhm.
But I guess I could just say, just keep at it. I am figuring things out daily. I I'm all independent.
Mm.
So I'm wearing multiple different hats, and you kind of just have to navigate it. Don't get yourself down and just keep at it and talk to many people as you can, make those connections because those really pay off and can help you. Music is a great community, and everyone has to be together to support each other.
Yeah, for sure, for sure. You did touch on something there really quick that I wanna bring up that was kind of an interesting unintentional thing, was the difference between working on your solo career versus working with, like, the Cactus Cuties in a group and kind of maybe not calling 100% of the shots. Uh, was there anything from your time working with the Cactus Cutie wow, I
I know. We were so young, I promise. The name was after the theater. There we go.
It's all good. So was there anything that you learned during that time that you were able to kind of transition over into your own solo career?
Oh, definitely. I mean, I with that I had the opportunity to be around, professional musicians that have been in the game for a while. Got to meet a lot of big people, which was really, really amazing at that time in my life. So kind of just learning the ins and out of the music industry, which I'm so grateful for that time because I really have felt like I gained a lot of experience that a lot of people don't usually get, which is great, and I'm thankful for it. So kind of just navigating the music industry, how big ethic is in this field of
Mm,
work. You really
mhm.
have to go at it, but make sure you're having fun while you're doing it because that's most important.
Yeah, 100%. So, if anybody wants to keep track of your releases, any upcoming shows, where's the best place to find you?
Any of my social medias, my handles are going to be at Blair_Elbert. I usually post everything, my show schedules on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter sometimes when I hop on there. I'm not big on Twitter, but pretty much any social media. Oh, TikTok. You
Mhm.
can go find some of my yodeling videos if anyone's seen them.
If you
And
haven't seen them, they're amazing. Her yodeling videos are amazing. So,
I'm thinking, I already told my producer I may have to put a yodeling song out at some point.
does.
It may be coming.
I'm all for it. I'm all for it. I'm here for that. So, uh, but 100% appreciate you taking the time to sit down and chat with us, Blair. I'm glad we were able to get this on the books. Like I said before, I feel like we've been talking for a very long time to get this one set up, but we were here just in time for your new single release, Sober Up. We're going to leave you all with one last song, and that just happens to be Sober Up by Blair Elbert, and we will see you all later.